Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, a little bit of housekeeping. So this is my YouTube channel, and what do I do here? I do so many things. I cook, I clean, I do vlogging, I do nursing video because I am a nursing student, and I also do work video because I am also a licensed practical nurse. I practice here in Maryland. Yep, so I'm a nursing student. When I graduate, I will be having my Bachelor of Science in Nursing, and also I am in my last semester of nursing school. So many information. Yes, guys, so that's a little bit about me. So if you guys can tell, you can see my background is blurry. That is because your girl just bought, well, not just bought, a while back I bought this lens, and I didn't like it, but I came to realize after doing so many research that see, it was the best thing that I could even do. So I like it. It is very clear. It gives me this blurry background which I have been looking for. Yes guys, so let's get into the video. So I've seen so many videos on YouTube. People are talking about like their experience working in long-term care slash nursing home, and I've been a victim of that too. I've worked in long-term care, I've worked in nursing home, I've worked in rehab, I've worked in assisted living, I've done clinicals in the hospital, I have done private duty, I have done it all. But in today's video, I actually want to tell you guys the things that I have realized or learned while working in a long-term care facility. Currently, I am working in a long-term care facility. I am a PRN. Yes, I'm a PRN, and I go to work when I am available to go to work. And when I do, I go to my long-term care facility. I go there recently more, and there's so much that I have realized. Why I have been working in a long-term care. So the first thing that I realized about long-term care is their pay rate. And that is what actually attracted me to go there. Like, after you've paid for nursing school, after you have suffered, you want a good paying job. So that's one thing that kind of really attracted me to working in a long-term care because the pay, it is very good as compared to what you will get paid working in a hospital. So I got really attracted by the pay, and I went and applied, and I am working in a long-term care and I'm loving it. To be honest with you guys, I am liking it. So that's one good thing that got me attracted to working in a long-term care. So another thing again that I have realized in long-term care, it is that doctors are very hard to get hold of. Like, unlike in the hospital, in the hospitals, doctors are just all over the facility. You have the GI doctor, you have cardiovascular doctor, you have neuro doctor, like you have all the doctors in the facility. But in long-term care, it is very difficult to actually see a doctor that is based in the facility. Most doctors are like outside practice, or maybe doctors are working somewhere else and then just come there for like a part-time. So it is very, very challenging and frustrating, and it also makes your job difficult if you really want to get a hold of a doctor and then you cannot because they are not in the facility. Sometimes you have to like send them a secure message, sometimes you have to page them, sometimes you have to like email them, you have to call and leave a message. Like, it is it just makes your job difficult. And the worst thing about it is that sometimes you call them, they will not respond until when it's like 10 minutes for you to end your shift, that is when a doctor will call you back and then give you orders that you have to, take care of. So that is the most frustrating thing that I do not like about long-term care, that it is very difficult to get hold of a doctor. And also another thing, like if your patient need like a specialist like a GI doctor, they will actually have to go out of the facility. Like you have to make sure they have transportation, you have to contact the family member, you have to print their face sheets, you have to print medication lists, their most form, everything. You give it to them and then they will take it to an outside doctor. And when they come back, a lot of paperwork. So I do not like when doctors are not based in the facility. And another thing that I learned working in a long-term care way back as a new grad is that it gave me confidence, it gave me that flexibility to be comfortable as a nurse when I just graduated nursing school. Because when you are a new nurse, there's a lot of anxiety, you have a lot of panic attack, you have a lot of uncertainties, you have a lot of, am I doing it right? Do I do it this way? And so on. So I remember when I just got my LPN license and I started working, I was panicking. But thank God that I was in a long-term care and the pace was really slow. So their pace is really slow if you are a new grad, because with all that anxiety you have, your patients are on you, family members are on you, you are a new grad, you really don't know your stand. I feel like it is a good thing to start slow and get your way in. And that is what and that is one good thing I like about long-term care. It gave me that slower pace, it gave me that flexibility, it gave me that confidence. And I went slower and I became an experienced nurse with no rush. So that's one thing I have learned with long-term care. And another thing again I learned while working in long-term care, it is that their routines are the same. Like every day you go to work, you might have the same assignment, you might have the same patient for like even months or even years, weeks. Like you can have the same patient with the same routine every day you go to work. And I feel like it is a good thing and it's also a bad thing. It's a good thing if you are a new grad and you are trying to like pave your way in, you're trying to settle in. I feel like it is a good thing. And also that way you get to learn your patient, you get to like read more about your patient, you can, there's so much you can do if you have the same assignment every day. And you can also cluster your care. But the thing I do not like about it is that as time go on, you get tired of doing the same thing, you don't learn nothing new. Every now and then, doctors will come and update others, they will give new orders, patients will get sick, things will come up, maybe on a daily basis, but it is of a slower pace. So if you really want to like be exposed and really learn, long-term care is would not really give you that much exposure. If you guys understand what I mean, it is good and it is also bad. Like, yeah, that's another thing I realized about nursing home. So the one that I know a lot of people talk about, the one I know a lot of people are against, that I have realized is the workload. Guys, the workload is massive. It's like you have a truck full of people only for you alone to take care of. That is how much you are being loaded in long-term care. I know in the hospital when I'm doing my clinicals, I know the nurses there, I know they are always given about three. I've seen three patients and I've seen four patients maximum. I don't know if they get more than that, but those are what I've seen. But in long-term care, guys, the case is reversed. You Where I currently work right now, the highest patient that I have had, and most time is on a daily basis, I've had 18 patients. Like that is their normal, that is their standard uh, patient to nurse ratio or nurse to patient ratio, either way. The highest you have is 18, and most of the time you are having those 18 patients. Because guys, don't forget that this long-term care is like their home, so they are not going anywhere unless they get sick or unless they die. But every day you get to work, you have 18 patients to take care of. Like for a nurse, that is a whole lot. Like it might not sound a whole lot to someone, but that is a whole lot because all those patients, imagine some of them have wounds, like serious wounds. Like if you want to see the worst wounds, go to nursing homes or long-term care, you will see the most scariest wound ever. I've seen that. I've like dealt with them and I've gotten used to. There was a time I saw a wound that my head could actually get in. That is how bad it was. So imagine you have 18 patients and then you have all these wounds to take care of, and it's not just like you're taking normal saline and then you're wiping the wound and then you cover it up. No, you have to like take proper care. If not, they will get infected. So imagine you have more than one of those wounds, which in normal cases you have more than one, and then you have maybe two, three, or even four G tubes. I've worked in a situation where I had three serious wounds and I had three G tube patients, and I had one patient on trach. So imagine all of that, and then you have those 18 patients. Like, how do you give quality care? You know, and then you have 18 hours and then you have 8 hours, and within that 8 hours they want you to take 30-minute break, they want you to take two 15-minute break. Like how can this be possible? And another thing that I observe while working in long-term care, that is your co-workers, the other nurses. Okay, the older nurses sometimes are so mean to you. Like they are so mean. If you are not that strong, you will be so bullied, especially if you are young. For me, most of the places that I have worked as a nurse, most time I'm like the youngest person, or maybe like I have maybe one or two person that I'm older than. But most of the time, I have people that are really older. Some could be my father, some could be my mother, some could be like my big sister, and I always try my best like to give them their respect, especially if you are not African. But if you are African, in the African community, we believe in respect, like you respect your elder, and some of them take that to work. They feel like even at work, you should respect me, I should tell you what to do, you should listen to me, like yada 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 yada, and so on. But they forget to know that sometimes you just have to leave respect aside. Like, let's do the job. Yeah, so if you are not like, if you don't have a strong skin, those nurses will bully the hell out of you. They feel like you don't know anything, they feel like you are so dumb, they feel like you are young, and they feel like they have been there for years and they are the best place to tell you what to do and what not to do, which in some cases it helps. But the thing is, sometimes the older nurses overstep their boundaries. So you just have to have a thick skin, you just have to work together as a team. And if anybody tell you something to do that you are not comfortable, I don't care if they have been there for trillion years, but if you don't feel comfortable, always kind of pull yourself. What I do is, if a nurse, if an so what I do is, if I have a nurse that has been there longer than me, they tell me something to do, and I do not feel that comfortable, I always kind of pull my back. I always kind of pull myself aside and I rethink. Like, if I were you, will I do the same thing? Like, I try to like rethink, like, is it the right thing to do? Before I do anything, I'm not just gonna say, oh, because you are a nurse, you are older than me, you have more experience than me, you've been here longer than me, and you have said I should do this, I'll just go ahead. I don't do that. So guys, yeah, that would be it for this video. So if I didn't touch on anything, and if you feel like there's something that you want to ask me, you can always go ahead down below, like always ask me down. You can email me, like there are so many ways to reach me, and there are so many ways you can reach me. And I will end the video here because I don't want it to get too long. And thank you guys so much. Please don't forget, like, how will you sit down and watch this video and don't subscribe? Go downstairs and click that button. There's a red button there. YouTube put it there. You just click that red button and subscribe, like my videos, share, and I will be encouraged to do more videos like this. Without much talking, I will let you guys go, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.